Hey everyone, I am Blind Ryan and this is Slay the Spire, and Harmful Opinions will be joining us in about an hour. I'm doing this early because I always start at around 10, and because I want to practice so I don't look like a scrub. So I'll just be alternating between the two classes and fielding questions should they come in. We want... I think that one. Let me get rid of that. No, we'll get rid of these two. Going big balls. I don't really have much of a strategy as such. Usually I'm thinking too quickly for me to really formulate an actual strategy. But what I'm going for right now is defense. Oh crap. Okay, we'll be okay. The end of the turn, gain one. That is actually useful. What we're looking for is a block. Not that block. We can remove a card. We're living right on the edge. Oh, I have no doubt this build's gonna fuck me.
Build isn't so much what I'm worried about. The fact that I didn't know the dragon was.
What is that? Hey! Where are all of the blocks? Ugh. Fine. It's something. Might as well. Deal 3. Or... yeah, we want vulnerable. This is gonna hurt me, and I know it's gonna hurt me, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Because I'm a monster. Oh, I knew it was gonna hurt me. Yep, and here we go. That was the one I didn't want to get exhausted. Fuck. Here we go. No. And then I'll do that. Oh. I'll be stunned if I beat this boss.
I'll be stunned if I beat this boss.
But it looks like I'm actually going to. Amazingly. Ooh, bronze scales. Oh. I'm gonna risk it. Oh no, I can't risk it. One, two, three. Oh, that could have ended worse. Little monsters. Fuck, I'm gonna end up surviving with 4 health. My god, that's so bad. Give me defense! Finally some defense. I'm going for a very small hand. Fucking no. Yes, get fucked. Wow, these cards are shit. Oh no, no, I'm dead. I'm very dead.
Why you don't get skin? Fucker. Skin.
And dead. This is mostly just me fucking around with builds, see if I can find new things that work, because Shiv and blocks are boring.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. really want to do a poison build. I've never really done one before. But accuracy is so great. No, I'm gonna try to do a poison build because I never have. Let's see. Fuck it, man. There we go. Alright. You get one of these jobbies. Caltrops, if you've discarded a card. No, I think I'm gonna go with Caltrops. Too useful. 1, 2, 3. One, two. Alright. Boom. Oh, whoops. There. Yeah. Ah, here we go. Hey! Definitely take that. One, two, three. Ooh. That's gonna be better later, I'm hoping. Wakey wakey, eggs and bacon.
You like eggy bacon?
I like eggy bacon. I said throw. I mean, I already know I might be hurting, but fuck. Oh, this is gonna suck. Ah, okay. Ooh. I could definitely see that being useful. Ooh, well, 3 of those are good. What do we get here? Fucking hell. Oh, the dream. We go 1. We go 2. And we go 3. Bonk. And then we go bonk. And we go bonk. And we go bonk. That will take care of you. And now to get you. Bonk. Seven and weak. Success. Every 3 turns gain energy. Except I need health. I need health like I'm gonna roll die. I'm gonna roll those dice. That's what I'm gonna do, actually. I'm gonna smith. It's tempting. Ha ha ha, that's very tempting. Deal 20. Impart 4 poison. Let's do this one. I am the big balls. Fighting the big balls. Haha. This is the dick that's gonna hurt me. You are poisoned. Wait, what's my... Well, there's that guy dealt with. Take that one out on the chin. Just want to check something really quick. God damn it, not that. I'm trying to pull up my menu. Not that menu. Ugh. Alright. There, back to that. Oh, wait. Need to... There we go. Just in case it shows up. Preparation appears to be my byword. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. All the block.
All block.
Yeah, apparently all the block and all of the fucking dazed. God, I hate these things. I can't believe I'm surviving it, though. Oh. 8 to the face. There we go. Whenever an enemy dies, gain energy and draw a card. I love that. Endless agony. That's tempting, but no. Shit. Oh, here's what I'll do. 1, 2. Huh. That's lovely. Ooh, want more of that. Definitely want more of that. And now, finally, we rest. And now watch as the boss kills my ass dead. That's a slime. Of course it's a slime. Why wouldn't it fucking be a goddamn slime? I wish I had poison. Wait, I have a draw. There's my poison. Oh my, that's a lot of damage. That one. And I had an extra. I did a boo-boo. Oh, no, 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 no. If you're gonna do that, then we need to do these. Might be fucked on this one. Yep, I certainly might be. No, I'm gonna die again. I don't want to die. Alright, that means I can go full tilt on you. Oh, you're fucked. That was close. Give me poison. Yeah. Dang. Injury and parasite. But I get a shuriken. I don't know, Mori. Fuck me. Ah. Well, I'm gonna do yesterday's daily at 11 o'clock, Brad. Cause Harmful Opinions is gonna call me. I wish you could be in the chat too, so that we could try to decipher whatever the fuck it is you're saying. I don't know what it is about that quote-unquote game that just makes me laugh.
Oh, don't quote-unquote it. It's totally a game.
That he came up with,
Yes,
which makes it
funny
wonderful.
as fuck.
I think I'll go this way. Ooh, that's good. That is less good. Fuck. Hell. No! No, I need my poison attack. I need more poison attacks. No, that's bad. No, there's my poison attack, son of a bitch. For whatever reason, I thought Harmful Opinions would be really good at Slay the Spire.
Bugger off!
What? What? Oh, phone call.
It's an actual important phone call. And no.
Those are the worst. I fucking hate that shit.
Especially when I've got a world boss to kill.
Oh, this is gonna hurt my butt. Boom, right in the butt. Ouch! Fuck me in the ear. Good lord. My health.
What, nobody's gonna freaking... Aw.
16, 23, fucking Christ.
I wanted to lose it.
I think I'm very, very dead.
I wanted to skin it.
Hey, Maze Stream, I don't recognize you. You must be new. Hello. Oh my god, I won. The dream. Who are you playing with? Tim's trying to call you. Shit, are you kidding me? Hello. Oh, fuck. I forgot.
What?
There we go.
We good? We good? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Good, I can hear you. I need to see if chat can hear you, though.
And I need to turn down Slay the Spire, apparently.
Can you hear Ryan, chat?
Can you hear me? Do I exist? Or am I just in your mind?
You don't exist.
My wife is in the background. She's playing WoW.
Alright, so that wasn't just the voice you do for your split personality.
For God's sake.
Nope. I managed to excise her and turn her into her own personality in her own body. You have no idea how fucking hard it is to find a drifter.
Excuse me.
Really?
What?
It's a joke. We tell horrible jokes here. Most of them don't get on stream because I never get to talk to anybody.
I am gonna hurt you now.
Ryan, do I need to film your
Here
stream?
I
Do I
come.
need to
Over
catch
here to
this
hurt you.
abuse?
I hurt you with huggles.
She's attacking me with fuzzy huggles because she stole my robe. We're actually very...
Comfortable.
We're actually very adorable, according to people.
No, we're not.
I don't know how someone with a big fucking beard like this can be adorable, but apparently we are.
I don't know how someone 6 feet tall can be adorable either.
So yeah, that's pretty much our dynamic. Alright, let's see here. Yes, that's worth it. Oh, I want that relic. Alright. Okay, good, it is still going. It's fucking... So, I thought you would be one of those people who are really good at Slay the Spire. My roommate is
I think my Discord's fucked.
Ah, shit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, no, it's fine. The Discord fucking program has entirely disappeared.
That's
But
a
it seems
good
to
sign.
So it's fine. It's fine. Right, I'm gonna launch up the game and we can do the fucking daily and talk about shit.
That sounds good. No, I want to go here, you fucking thing. Yeah, I was just practicing until, choose one of 20 cards to add to your deck. I'm gonna go with that.
How do you practice Slay the Spire?
I play it on single player rather than the daily.
Alright, but I mean, like, do you get more precise at picking the cards? Or what? More accuracy? Speed?
Oh, I've got the speed down. The trick is finding the shit that works together. It's, you'll find like a gold card, and you'll make a build around it. Like, my first victory was I found a barricade, which allows your block to stay. And I just built around that with body slams, which do block damage, and then...
So you went full turtle.
Oh yeah, and the pisser is, and this pisses Cybermeister off something fierce, it was his idea, and he's never beaten the game with it. As for me, it was the second time I played the game, and I ended up beating the game on his idea. He was so pissed.
So he told you to just be a turtle, just be a lazy turtle, or what?
Yeah, well, that's my playstyle in WoW anyway, so, you know, outlast the enemy, so...
I was gonna say, you know why it worked for you, right?
Yeah.
Shield wall for the
You didn't tell
win.
me you played WoW.
I play WoW.
Your tank.
I met my wife on WoW. How the
I have to
Grill.
leave now. I don't associate with WoW players. Wait, you met your wife on WoW?
Yep, 9 years ago.
Explain. Tell me the story.
I met my wife on WoW 9 years ago on the server Moonguard. I don't know if you've heard of Moonguard, but it's basically the ERP server.
It's
But
bad.
we don't ERP. Well, she did once with somebody else before she met me, but I never ERP'd. So, us meeting each other there was kind of crazy.
Only before she met you?
Yeah.
Only before she met you?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Are you sure?
I'm positive. So, we met, and then a month later she moved in with my crippled ass, because apparently I am very persuasive. And then we've been together 9 years.
Oh, you didn't ERP, but did you do normal roleplay? Did you
Oh,
move
God,
in
yes.
You roleplayed like not... So you roleplayed like not
What?
being crippled and surprised her when she met you?
I can't remember if the character I played was crippled or not at the time. Do you remember?
No, wait.
Because usually I play a cripple because I don't know how to see out of two eyes, and I imagine it's different than seeing out of one eye.
Yeah, your original character had an eye patch.
No, I always have an eye patch.
Yeah, but you actually had a model for one.
Wasn't it an injury, though, rather than a disability?
Well, that's because according to your logic, they would have probably killed you had you been born with them.
Oh, right, I was an orc. Never mind. I remember now.
He was orc.
So, this is a good story. You'll like this. A couple of years after she moved in with me and we got together and all that happy horse shit, I decided to challenge myself because I like challenging myself. I was a role player, so I challenged myself by playing the opposite of what I would normally play as a role player. I usually play my big bearded self. I decided to role play as an Alaskan teenager who was going to college, role playing as an elf. And I did it so well that my wife had to keep looking over to make sure it was still me, because I know
I'm confused though, because like
It wasn't
RP
funny.
is pretty gay, but you're not gay.
I mean, it was,
You
but
found
it
a
wasn't.
woman.
Well, I'm bi, but whatever.
Okay.
Traps are gay. Who cares? I like them.
Dude, there's another problem though. Everyone knows that there are no women on the internet.
Dude,
So is your wife,
I've had blind training, okay? I have learned to do things with my hands. I have checked. If she is a man, it's hidden well beyond what my fingers can find.
You're a dick.
Yes, I am.
You're also getting a little loud.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're excited.
I'm always excited when I'm talking to people. I like talking to people.
I know, you're
That's why I'm streaming. I can't work. So, this is my work. Staring at a screen.
You spent time hunting for the penis within, and I haven't found it.
Nope. It must not exist. That is my only real regret. By the time I found out that I liked, femboys and traps and shit, I never...
Your only real regret is your wife not having a penis.
No. My only real regret is that I never got a chance to try anything with a trap or a femboy before I met my wife. I found out I liked that stuff after I met my wife. So I was like, oh, what could have been? And she doesn't care. And she doesn't care. As long as I'm not bugging her for sex 24 hours a day, she doesn't give a shit what I look at.
Nope. Do not care.
Do you have like a... You know how sometimes couples have, if I have a chance with this celebrity, it doesn't count as cheating.
Actually, yes. We do have an agreement like that. Because we talked it out. She has her short list and I have my short list, and eventually she says she's going to take me to Reno and find me a femboy, but who knows.
If we ever have the money...
Dude, my game just crashed.
Shit. That's no good.
Now this is updating, but again at fucking 15 bytes. I know it's good. Wait, you should launch again.
Let's start the daily.
Is your wife running those Discord servers?
No.
You know, the ones where they get dudes to dress up as women and take photos?
No.
Is she training you a stable of traps?
Oh God, I wish. I've got fibros, I've told you, and sex is a great way to deal with fibro because the orgasm gives you dopamine and it dulls the pain a little bit. Since I'm not allowed to have pain pills because, well, the U.S. sucks in that way. So that would be awesome because then I'd never have to bug her except when I really, really wanted to have sex with her rather than when I, just needed my fix.
Wait, did you say bug her or bug her?
Bug her, annoy her.
Okay.
No, dude, I can't even get a finger in there. How the fuck am I gonna get my dick in there? She is a tight virginal flower.
Were they asking if you were gonna bugger me?
Yeah.
No buggering.
No, that's not what I was asking.
You can bugger off.
I was asking for clarification on exactly what you said. Okay.
She gets it.
What?
That's the thing, dude. We live with my roommate. He is way worse than any chat we could ever have. He's ruthless, and he's asleep right now because he works nights. Oh, what do we want to do?
My game just crashed again. As soon as I finish picking the cards, my game just closes.
What are we telling
I don't know why. It's happened twice now. I'll try it one more time, and if it doesn't go, I'll just play a normal run. Well, you get to have fucking fun on the daily with the...
With fucking draft, man. We were so excited when draft came in.
Wait, what?
What?
You're like super pro draft?
Well, we were excited when the draft came in on Slay the Spire. I would be excited if the draft came in real life because I can't be drafted because I'm 4F. Actually, I kind of wish cripples could get in the military. I can do desk job. Send the able-bodies out to kill.
Dude, you can't be 4F. You're married. You know what 4F is, right?
I thought it was physically unstable for combat or whatever it was. Unsuitable for combat.
Ah, dude, it's find them, feel them, fuck them, forget them.
God damn, I am old.
It's a way of living. No, I think this is an old thing. When I visited New York, I was with some old like redneck, and he kept saying 4F boy. So I don't know. He was like checking out chicks, being like, just 4F boy, forget it. Just
the idea of you hanging out with this fucking redneck. The one I picture is almost politically correct redneck, because that is the funniest quintessential redneck. Just you guys chilling around, having a beer. Hey man, 4F, you know what I'm saying? That kind of shit.
I was 17, but he gave me beer because I convinced him that 16 was the drinking age in the UK.
Well, That's the thing, dude. That accent, especially with rednecks, will buy you a lot because they think you're all cultured and sophisticated and shit.
No, they don't. Dude fucking called me Harry Potter.
You don't have hair! How could you be Harry Potter? You don't have a hair or a scar or a fringe or a magic wand.
No,
oh, you did?
I did at the time.
Ah.
Oh, and trust me, dude, I do have a magic wand.
Well, so do I, but, you know, we're not allowed to go showing them off anymore. I don't want to go back to jail.
Real talk. Have you ever been in jail?
Oh, yeah. I was in jail for a year.
Oh, snap. What happened? Get me the juicy deets.
Well, the short version is I hired a prostitute and she lied about her age.
Oh, shit. By how much?
She said she was 19, she was 17. And California is a pain in the ass. This is back when I was 22, so this is like 12 years ago. That one.
Okay.
That one.
16's legal here in the UK, so that's fine.
Yeah, and it's legal up here. When we came up here to Washington, because in California I had to register every year, and oh god, that is a soul-destroying thing. When we went up to Washington, moved up here, and we talked to the detective because we figured, okay, I'll have to register up here too. He laughed in our faces, which made my wife start crying because when I told her what happened in WoW, she laughed in my face.
I didn't cry. I thought it was funny.
You cried because you're like, oh, I was the only one, and they treated him so horribly, and all this other shit, you know.
Oh no, that part, yeah, but I started laughing at the comment.
Yeah, it loaded fine for me. That's weird. Going full anger deck.
So what did you say when you got like caught? Were they like,
Dude,
did you pull the officer? She looked older.
Dude, I'll be honest.
Did you pull that?
Well, one, it never went to trial because I was absolutely scared shitless. I was beyond petrified. I'll be honest, dude. I cried like a bitch for the first month in jail. I was scared out of my gourd. And so I took the first deal they offered because I was an idiot, which was a year in jail, 5 years in counseling, which made me want to kill myself legitimately, and lifetime registration. So it basically was just show up, not hear a damn thing because of my hearing problems, go back to the cell. And it was not a fun experience, but it was an experience I needed because I was a pain in the ass kid, because everyone's a pain in the ass kid, and it was the kick in the ass I needed to
So when the dude you were with, when you were together and you were like, so what are you in for? What did you say?
I waffled. And when they finally got the details, it spread like wildfire, and everyone could not stop making fun of me and laughing at me.
But they didn't like try to shank you. They weren't like.
Well, there was.
She was under 18. I'm gonna knife you, you pedo.
There was a fun moment where they gathered me up and beat the shit out of me once, but this is before all the details had really been hashed out. They thought it was younger. They thought there was more that went on. It was the most expensive hand job I've ever got. So, I mean, given that I have fibro and they were punching me rather than smacking me, it didn't hurt as much as it could have, but it still hurt a lot.
Like, for all you could have known, right? Because you can't see too well.
Yeah.
Right? It could have just been like her pimp giving you a hand job.
No, it was her.
Might not even have been her.
No, it was her. I saw the blob moving around the room, and the blob had a female voice, and the blob had female hands. So it was definitely her.
Yeah, but he could have been there too. He could have been behind you.
That's true. He could have been. But I don't think he was, because I didn't hear, like, any steps or anything.
Okay.
Let's see. What we want is...
Did you ever... So what was... You always see the prison shows, and they do, like, trading with cigarettes and stuff, and they try to make prison wine.
Oh!
You do any of that stuff?
Well, I didn't go to prison proper. I went to jail, but yes, I actually did have some Pruno. That stuff is fucking disgusting. They make it out of orange rinds and Jolly Ranchers, or at least we did, and they put it in a bread bag because that was all we had. You put it under the sink, get the water as hot as it is as you can get it, and then you leave it to sit for a while. So I had a sip because they offered, and it's fucking foul. The next day, a guard came in. And they put it in like a bottle or something, and some idiot left the bottle. He saw it, sniffed it, knew what it was. Who did this? Who motherfucking did this? And he smacks the bottle, and it melts some of the fucking varnish off the floor. He's like, you dumb motherfuckers are gonna put this shit inside you, and he walks out and
how many of your problems suddenly appeared after trying Pruno, and how many existed before? What if?
Oh no,
what if
dude.
what if you're just remembering wrong? What if it just destroyed your fucking brain and memories, and it's actually the Pruno that's done all this?
That's why I only took a very small sip, dude. I saw people chugging that shit. I'm like, no, that's quite all right. I do have one funny story about jail, though. Well, two funny stories about jail.
Tell me then.
The one funny story is, I had my buddy on the outside send me books. One of the books I had him send me was Dungeons & Dragons for Dummies, because I always wanted to play it, and I never had any friends. But now I have a big room full of people who are bored out of their gourds, so why the hell not? And the officers, who knew I was low vision, because it's really hard to miss that, one of them came in, gave me a bunch of enlarged character sheets and maps and shit like that, and then he got transferred out, because you're not supposed to do that.
Oh,
So-
you got transferred out because he gave you D&D. He gave you nerd shit.
Yep. He got transferred to another pod. I was fine, and then we just played D&D. We made a bunch of spinners out of the backs of notebooks and comb tines and like plastic spoons and shit, and they used toothpaste to paste it all together. And the DM we got was this fucking lunatic. This guy was legitimately unstable, and thank God he went to prison. But it was fun. We just kind of fucked around, and what we didn't know and what we couldn't do, we just kind of made up on the spot, and it passed the time. Apparently D&D is really popular in prison just because it's such a good time killer.
Yeah, it makes me think, because you ever hear those stories about how kids will get so into D&D that when something bad happens, they'll literally fucking like knife each other in real life.
Yeah.
You ever hear those fucking stories?
Oh, I've heard them.
You ever get into an altercation over D&D in jail?
Oh no, the dude was legitimately scary enough that even if his rules didn't make sense, we stuck him. We stuck by him because we didn't want him to kill us, because we were pretty sure he was legitimately capable of it. And then the second story, which isn't quite as funny, but I still find funny, on Christmas they gave us chocolate milk. And I was reading my books, because what else did I have to do? And some dude came up and stole my chocolate milk from right in front of me. And I may be low vision, but I could tell who it was. Not that this has any bearing on it, and I know this is gonna sound really bad. It was a black dude. It was a fucking gang dropout, because that's how he was in protected custody, because they keep all the, all the pedos and fucking gang dropouts off to the side. So we don't all get killed.
Were you counted among the pedos?
Technically, yes, because it was a sex crime. So they just lump all of us in, call us all Chesters, and hate us.
Right.
But, so he takes my milk. I see him do it. He's one of those young punks, those big, brash, bravado motherfuckers, but he's as thin as a toothpick. So I go up to him, and I start causing a ruckus. I don't hit him because, well, I don't want to get a hate crime charge, because California would give me a hate crime charge, but I am yelling and screaming at him, give me back my fucking milk. You blind motherfucker, I don't know you nothing. And so we get the guards come in, he gets transferred off, and I get my chocolate milk back.
Again.
What,
like that
the black voice?
It's more in that black voice.
I'm not going to do more of the black voice, because I can already feel my wife getting angry at me because she hates that voice.
I'm not angry. It's just a little bit cringe.
Apparently, she's not angry. It's just a little bit cringe. I thought you lived for cringe.
Not that kind of cringe.
We want this one, and we want this one. I suppose I should get back to fucking trying to do this daily, because I'm basically kind of stumbling through it and somehow managing to do well.
I need to get the daily to work. I've had to do a normal run because the daily crashes after I pick my cards at the beginning.
That sucks, man. I've never had that happen.
The whole stream premise just ruined.
Ah, we'll be okay. We're adaptable. We're Americans. That's what we do. We adapt. Oh! Best story. No. No. There was a really cute guy, though. That sounds weird to say. But he was in the process of transitioning, so it kind of makes more sense. And, at least from what I could tell, I bet he was...
How old is this cute guy?
19. I'm betting he was actually fuck ugly, but I couldn't tell because of my crappy eyesight. But, he had a line of people going after him, and I didn't have any money, so it's just, oh, what could have been? My funniest story, though.
What's the point of jail if you still need money to get laid?
Well, money, commissary. I did get it. Somebody tried to cornrow my barely there hair, and I got like $20 worth of saltines in commissary because even back then I lived on salt. Where the fuck is my water? Oh, there we go. But my best story, though, is my first instance of racism. And I keep in mind this was in Northern California in the late 80s. I had a black blind friend. No eyes. Blind since birth. And we went to the same preschool thing because they had a little program for blind kids to try to integrate us into society. Back when they used to care.
Did he know he was black?
Yeah. And that's the funny part. When we're 8 years old, he stops hanging out with me for no reason. 2 years later, he says, "Oh, I didn't want to hang out with you because you're white. And I'm not allowed to hang out with white kids." And that was my first instance of racism ever. My blind friend was, I guess, indoctrinated by his mom. And so he didn't hang out with me because I was white.
Was that also the day you learned you were white?
Oh no, I knew I was white. Actually, it took me until I was 6 years old to learn that I was low vision. Nobody bothered to tell me that, no, you're actually different than most people. Because I just thought everyone was like that. I thought everyone had a hard time seeing some things. And it's like, well, yes, technically they do, but not quite as hard as you do.
Right.
I say this often enough, but when I get on a pain pill, I get chattier. And nobody thinks it's possible, but it is very possible.
Wait, what happens? You get chattier?
When I am finally able to get a pain pill, like a Norco or something for my fibro, I actually get chattier somehow.
Are you on drugs now?
No, I'm just really excited to talk to people. That one.
You should get like a camera and. No, dude, you could do IRL streaming. Stay away from people who are under the age of consent or whatever, okay? But get an IRL set up, and then you can have a video feed in front of you and look closer to it. Right? So you can have the video feed, and then you can see what's in front of you because you have the camera pointing at it, and you can bring it closer.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, isn't that shit heavy?
Yeah,
but
it's real heavy.
Because it looks heavy as all hell.
Yeah, the disparity in strength between my arms isn't from masturbation, it's just from carrying that fucking camera.
Oh, you gotta get strong one way or another. But I would, except I really can't go out that often because of my lungs. My lungs are actually why I can't work. My lungs are worse than my eyesight, and my eyesight is 2400 in my right eye, and that's it. So...
How bad is that, though? Like, what's the average? What's the normal?
Normal is 20/20. Okay. Well, yeah, normal is 20/20. Basically, if we looked at an object, and a normal person was at 20 feet away from the object, and... Wait. If I was 20 feet away from the object, and a normal person was 400 feet away from the object, we would see it exactly the same.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
My vision... Legal blindness is defined as 2200. So 2400 is bad. The most blind person I've ever met that wasn't completely blind was 1600. Which, I can't even fathom how little you could see at 1600.
Not much.
Everything must look like a fucking painting. Like an oil dripping.
You say the blindest person you've met. Do you have a lot of blind buddies?
Not anymore. Ever since I went to jail, that well kind of dried up.
No, dude, ever since the trend of blind people trying to cross the road without help.
Yeah. Ever since the trend of that one bitch in Britain blinding herself because she was trans-disabled, God, that pissed me off. Ooh.
That happens... It doesn't happen very much, but it happens more than you might think.
It happens more than it should happen.
It's quite a thing in Canada. Not necessarily to blind themselves, but there are a lot of people... There's like trans-abled... activists in Canada and stuff.
Oh yeah.
One guy in particular whose name I can't remember, but he has a book out teaching you basically how to talk to people to convince them to accept you cutting bits off you. How to talk to your doctor and stuff.
Canada's a crazy place to begin with. If you ever want a big screed on Canada, talk to Cybermeister. He hates Trudeau and he hates the culture that has happened in Canada.
Is he in Canada?
He lives in Alberta, yeah.
Oh, right.
He and his wife and his daughter, who isn't a bitch anymore, and his son, who finally fucking moved out. And God, Brad has gone through the ringer, and he doesn't care that I use his name. Every time he says, "Oh, son did something new," it's like, "Oh God, what happened to you now, you poor bastard?" But he can't talk, but he posts the funniest fucking things. If you look at our Kludgy on our Discord, it is full of funny shit that he's posted.
What the fuck? I don't want to see no one's Kludgy.
Well, that's why we have a Kludgy. It's where the shit posting goes. That one. What are you?
What does Kludgy mean, though? I just joke because it sounds...
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a bathroom. It's a Scottish term that I learned from a Hamish Imlock song from back in the 60s. It's just a slang term for shithouse. But Kludgy sounds so much nicer.
Were you into drugs in the 60s? Were you part of that?
Nah, I was into drugs in the 80s, though, because apparently that's what happens in California. If you have any kind of problem or any kind of issue or you're abnormal in any way, you get given psych drugs. Tons and tons of psych drugs.
Okay, tell me about your experiences there. You got any unique experiences there?
No psychedelics. No psychedelics or anything like that, but, I did, well, they had me on psych meds since I was fucking 5 or 6. No Ritalin, weirdly enough. Every other med under the sun, but no Ritalin. And, they, oh, what was I gonna say? Damn it!
Psychedelics, not Ritalin. They had you on everything they could think of.
Oh, I lost it. Whatever it was there was lost. It wasn't very good. It was just some stupid story that I vaguely remember. Most of my childhood is a stupid story I vaguely remember. In the last 3 days, I have not been able to... Go ahead, sorry.
How old are you?
I am 34.
Because you're talking about... Wait, I thought you said you met someone in the 60s?
No, I was listening to a Hamish Imlock song from the 60s.
Oh, right. I completely misinterpreted what you were saying.
That's okay. I do talk kind of fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, wait, I thought you didn't seem old enough to have been talking with someone in the 60s, and I was like, wait, what?
Nope.
60s and 80s childhood. Wait, okay, right. That makes much more sense.
I'm only 34. I'm gonna be 35 in August. I have no.
Saying about they put pretty much anyone who's got something wrong, you end up on psych meds or whatever.
Yeah, it was the
But
California
I was
craze in the
thinking
80s and 90s.
But what about? I was thinking like recreational drug use in the 80s.
Oh God.
Was there any of that for you?
No. I used to take Norcos a little bit in the early 2000s in order to kind of stop the pain a bit, but that wasn't so much recreational. That was I can't take it anymore. But now I can't get any more Norco, so I'm having to kind of deal with this pain dry.
Pain is good and dry.
My family's motto is learn to suffer. I find that incredibly apt, given that I was born with fibro.
That sounds pretty Kantian.
Yeah.
Life is suffering. Just gotta find a way to.
It sounds worse than.
I don't remember what fucking Kant said.
It sounds worse than it is. It's just nothing more or less than I always hurt. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but I always hurt. And you. And
You think of that song that's like everybody hurts sometimes.
oh God, the first time I heard that song, I busted up laughing because it's just so ridiculous. It's like, oh, how little you know. Ooh.
Tell me a bit more about meeting your wife, because you met her on an ERP server.
Yep.
And then how did it go from there?
Well, I met her.
Especially if
We were in the
you're
same.
with the dudes.
We were in the same. Well, no, she RP'd with one other, or she ERP'd with one other
Oh,
dude.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
only one.
She tried it. She didn't like it.
No, it's not that I didn't like it. It's that it ended up being me a stalker.
Ah. Isn't that the dude who liked tickling and shit?
Yes, and contraptions and yeah, no.
Fucking
That's what kind of
weirdos.
turned me off of that.
So,
And you're lucky that you're lucky that your only competition was fucking Tickle Me Elmo.
oh god, he says I'm lucky. The only competition I had was Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh
Well-
my god, my character's drunk.
Well, we were in the guild, and I met her, I talked to her, I liked her, and I was asking around the guild to make sure she was single, because I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm kind of brash, and I didn't want to scare her off, and apparently she finds that hysterically funny. I just think it's a matter of course. But, that one. So, we met, we talked, I got her on Skype to make sure she was a real woman, because God knows I've been burned before. And,
You have?
yeah,
How badly burned?
Not
badly
very.
burned.
not very.
Okay, so
The
you
closest I got burned was an Indian chick who was born in India, but moved to Canada. This was before I met Cybermeister. And she had AIDS. And I've come to find out she would randomly suck dudes off, and it was just no big thing to her. I'm not cheating on you, this is just how I say hello, or some bullshit like that. She was completely blind too.
Giving someone a hug.
Yeah, she said it was akin to giving someone a hug. And then when I got with my wife, she started sending me all these really weird messages that my wife collated and kept because it makes her laugh.
No, I didn't go away and keep them. I used them as ammunition to get rid of the bitch.
I still wish we'd gone with my original plan that
Yes,
one
you
time.
should've, but your idiot friend talked you out of it. And it's nothing
The original plan was she bugged me a few years after I'd been together with my wife, and the plan was to have her come up and see me on April 1st. You know, get her all invested and shit. And then have my wife answer the door and say, "This was an April Fool's, leave us the fuck alone or we're calling the cops." Because she would not leave me alone.
I'm not sure how well that would go for you, but
But
okay, so
apparently,
you
I
got
am
burned.
so skilled at ripping someone's just, psyche to shreds that I got rid of her before we could do that too.
Yeah, that's true. You did kind of talk her away. What were you saying?
So this is one way you got burnt. You had some AIDS chick.
Yep.
But when I asked about you getting burnt, you were saying you were checking around the guild to make sure the woman who became your wife was a woman.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you'd been burnt. Did you end up flirting with dudes accidentally?
I can't say definitely, but I will say probably at least once or twice. It didn't really go anywhere. I mean, there weren't any real feelings hurt. It's just I am excitable, and a lot of people can't take that, and a lot of people play women in World of Warcraft because they like looking at their butts. So, probably. It probably happened. Huh?
What MMORPG really stands for, right?
What's that?
Because I like
Many
wearing
men
dresses.
online role-playing girls.
MMORPG stands for Many Men Online Role-Playing Girls.
I like.
I've never heard it, but I like it, and
We need to send-
I've got to remember it.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually put it on your Discord so we don't forget.
Oh, good. Thank you. That'll be fun. Actually, that one might be good now.
Okay, I think what else I can ask you? Like, so you got in trouble for that one hooker who was 17.
Yep.
Well, do you have any? Was that the first time you tried to hire a hooker? Or do you have
Yep.
hooker stories?
First and last. I was 380 pounds at the time. I have short, stubby arms and legs because I was born 3 months early. So there was a time where I couldn't actually reach the damn thing. So I was desperate and I hired a hooker. I'm down to 290 now. Moving out of California really lost me some weight. And gained me some hair. It may not look like it, but my hair has actually been growing back since the 2 years I moved here.
Wait, out of California, I always imagined California as like stereotypically like a fitness place and a health place.
If you're disabled, they don't give a single fuck about you.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Who?
California.
Yeah, no
Happily Ever After is asking me if you can see your own dick. Can you see that far?
Technically, yes. I can't see it clearly, but I can definitely see that. Yes, indeed, I do have a protuberance. I love that fucking word.
You suck.
Most of the...
This time you bought a hooker, did they not have fleshlights then? They could, like...
They did? Oh, God, that fucking story.
Just, like, tape one of those to a
Joe's
table.
gonna kill me if I tell the story.
Tell me the story.
I know, of course I'm gonna tell you the story. You know I'm gonna do it. I'm a sucker for that shit. I bought a fleshlight, and it didn't work. I couldn't even get my thumb in the damn thing, let alone my dick. And so I washed it out because, you know, I stuck my thumb in it, of course, and go, okay, I call my friend Joe, who has Asperger's, and I'm not gonna tell you his Twitch name because that is the last fucking thing he needs. The poor bastard. And he's been my friend since we were 16 in high school. He's loyal as all hell, but he's very socially awkward. So I call him, I say, look, dude, I know you don't have a girlfriend. I've got a fleshlight. I washed the hell out of the thing. I couldn't use it. Do you want it? And so he, sure, he comes over, gets the fleshlight. He's on the light rail, the train home, and he's talking with a female cop in a train full of children, and it falls out of his pocket. And I would have paid...
They're discreet. It just looks like a flashlight. It's fine.
No. This was one of those big, floppy, fleshy things. You could tell what it was at a glance.
Just the sleeve.
Yeah, you could tell what it was at a glance. Because I'm cheap, I bought the cheapest one they had. And I would have paid money to be there to see that. Because apparently what happened was, he immediately goes silent, turns brick red, flips the fuck out, gets off the train as soon as he can, doesn't matter what stop, and he throws the thing away. And a bum walks up, pulls it out of the trash, and goes, hey buddy, you dropped this, do you want it? And he just runs. And he's got a bad tendon, so him running, that would have been money to see on its own. But...
I'm trying to imagine the full story you like offering it to him. I imagine you going, oh, hey, buddy, I finally got rid of that chick with AIDS. Do you want my fleshlight? I swear I haven't used it.
Well, no, this is before I'd met the chick with AIDS. I met the chick with AIDS about a year before I met my wife. Actually, I met her just after my mom died, which is weird. But that's a sad story. I doubt you all want to hear that shit.
I know we could if you want to tell the story.
Oh, I don't mind telling it.
I'm just thinking about how much chick with AIDS sounds like Chick-fil-A.
I'm sure there's a bunch of Democrats who... I'm sure there's a bunch of Democrats who are kicking themselves for not coming up with that.
How about chick with AIDS as a discount brothel?
That'd be good brothel. There'd be people who'd pay for that. So, the basic story about my mom dying is... She had diabetes. They forced her out of work in 1996. She got slowly worse and worse and worse. Then she got better as I introduced her into Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon and games like that. She would have fucking loved Stardew Valley. And about a year before she died, I actually went to her and asked, Mom, do you want me to kill you? Because it's getting really bad. And this was just after I'd gotten out of jail, and she didn't want me to go back in, so she said no. And what followed was a year of absolute nightmare. She had fucking 12 heart attacks. She started to get cancer, but by then it was just, there was no helping her. Eventually, she got so sick of being in the kind of pain I can't even imagine that she hit a bed sore until it became gangrenous and killed herself that way. By the end, she still wouldn't die because that's our family. We don't die until we're goddamn ready. And, the doctors and them were talking about leaving her on life support, and I was arguing about putting her into hospice, and I argued for a solid 2 hours to get her put into hospice. And so, I was able to do that, and then at her funeral.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you know that she deliberately hid that bed sore?
Yeah.
Was that a suicide attempt?
Yeah, she told me. And I don't blame her a bit. She just could not take the pain anymore.
Yeah, but like, do you feel a bit weird? Sorry to get dark or whatever.
No.
Trusted a bed sore more than you to kill her.
Oh God, I never thought about that. Mom trusted a bed sore more than me to kill her. I look at it as she didn't want me to go back to jail, because she knows what jail was doing to me. She was writing me every day And I was going nuts. Because it is...
Ryan, always check their ID. Make sure they're the age they say they are, Ryan.
Oh yeah, there was some of that. There was we joked around, don't drop the soap, all that shit. But most of it was just moral support, trying to keep me from going nuts. I really regret the fact that my wife could never have met my mom, because they would have gotten along famously, because they were both into crafting stuff. They both love Stardew Valley. I think my wife's got like, is it 2,000 hours on Stardew Valley yet, or?
It's not quite.
Or is it just 1,500? Or
it's close to 2,000. Shut up.
It's some insane number
once you get to
But
that
to
point,
be fair,
an
there was
actual
8
farm.
years in California where I couldn't get a job and no one wanted to hire me, and I had nothing else to do.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then also if we had actually started a farm in California, they would have died because the air quality is absolute shit.
Funny.
He said with that many hours you could start your own farm.
Been there, done that, freaking hated it.
Oh yeah, in Arizona. There we go. Damn, this is a surprisingly good run.
I've got a fucking
Tell me
zero
you better
cost
not ask
bludgeon
about
plus
my time in
44
WoW.
damage.
Nice!
What's this about time in WoW?
I've been basically doing sword boomerang plus for all these sword boomerangs and pummels and deal X damage X times, and that's been working great.
Wait, I think your wife said something about stories in WoW.
I don't
Did I
know.
hear that wrong?
What?
I think you may have heard that wrong. I was talking about she has a bunch of stories from Arizona, but I don't know how willing she would be to share any of them. Because it's like, where do you begin? Christ.
What kind of stories from Arizona?
I don't know. Any particularly funny ones you want to share?
Well, there was a dumbass kid in my school who was teasing a rattlesnake.
Oh yeah, come over,
Nice.
tell that one. That's a good story.
And he wasn't. Aren't there these like evangelical Christians
Oh,
who
God.
mess around?
Basically, this kid at my school, and we were all, grew up in the desert, grew up around snakes, grew up around this. We had a rattlesnake get into our gym at our school, and this one kid was teasing it. And it nailed him right in his hand, but it only got one fang into his finger. So they took him to the doctor because, oh my god, kid got bit by a snake. Doctor looks at it, sees one hole, says it's not a snake bite. They ended up having to air vac the kid out to the emergency poison control center in Tucson. Thank God it's that close. What kills it, though, is about 5 to 7 years later, I ended up getting a job at the grocery store there, and my manager is his mother. And we're talking about it, and I'm saying, yeah, the only thing I really remember about your kid is the time he got bit by a rattlesnake. And she looks at me, she starts laughing, and she goes, I love my son, but he's a dumbass.
Do you know what he ended up doing? Did he keep his hand?
Did he end up keeping his hand?
Yeah, barely.
My favorite story of hers is the time she fucking slashed this bitch who'd been hitting her on the
I
bus.
hate that story.
Why? It's a funny fucking story. So, what are you, like 12 at the time?
I was actually about 13.
Oh, okay. So 13 years old. She's on the bus. Kid keeps hitting her. Another girl keeps hitting her because, of course, girls do that, apparently. I guess it's in their code. I guess they have a codex that I'm not allowed to read. And,
Of course you're not, you're blind.
ah, there you go. It's in newspaper print. So, she heard from the grapevine that they were going to be installing cameras on the bus. So she waited until the cameras were installed, and she was sharpening her nails and putting nail hardener on them and stuff. So when this other girl hit her like 3 times, she gave her 3 chances, and then she slashed the absolute shit out of her face, just whack! And so apparently the girl was related to the principal.
Yep.
And the principal drags the wife and her family in, and you did this to my daughter, and blah blah blah, or cousin, or whoever the hell it was, niece. That's what it was. And her dad goes, "Why don't you look at the tapes?" Because her dad's ex-Marine, and she loves him.
I've gotten better.
Yeah,
I'm not as obsessed.
that sounds worse than it is. She's just a daddy's girl.
I'm a very big daddy.
But but so they show the tape, and the principal's, crestfallen, boy, don't you look stupid kind of moment. I just like the idea that my wife slashed the shit out of some bitch who was hitting her. I
You
like
ever
tough
worried she'll
women.
You ever scared she'll turn those claws on you?
Nope. She knows I suffer enough.
It's the whole death by dishonor thing.
Yep, death by
Girls
dishonor.
would
That's what.
rather, girls would rather have their hair pulled. They would rather have something not permanent done.
Yeah, that.
This was one of the popular girls who really made a thing about how pretty she was. Like, kind of ruined that.
As for the evangelical Christians, her mother's fucking insane, but the state itself is pretty well. They're more worried about fucking Mexicans than they are worried about Jesus. Because, Arizona, close to the border, there's lots of Mexicans and lots
you
of
gotta remember
gangers.
there's crossover there.
There's two kinds of gangers.
They got to be
There's the
really
actual
worried
drug
about
runners, and
Jesus,
then
right?
there's, the-
Well, yeah, that's true.
They
They replaced the worry for Jesus with Jesus.
No, the thing is honestly, the place has never really been that evangelical as far as I know. Because I mean,
Well, you lived in a small town, and then you lived near Tucson, yeah.
I mean, it might be different up near Phoenix because I wouldn't go there if you paid me.
Yeah, Phoenix would probably kill me in a second.
Oh yeah, the air quality alone, and that doesn't even get into the people who would hate your guts.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah,
we
my
have
cat's
the.
saying you sound like Jordan Peterson,
I do?
which is weird because you are, right?
No,
I'm talking to Professor
What?
Jordan Peterson right now. Yeah.
I fucking wish. Then maybe I'd have some money to give to you, you poor bastard.
Like you do.
This is my gift, though. I took your $10 personality test.
Apparently,
And
I
won the
sound.
raffle, and now you're on.
Apparently, I sound like Jordan Peterson, whom I still have never heard. Everyone says I should hear him. I've never heard the guy speak or anything. I've always been too busy with other stuff.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah. Apparently, it is uncanny that we do not know who Jordan Peterson is, yet I sound like him. Ooh.
Never.
Ooh. Free life. Thank you. Oh, I fucking almost killed him. And that's me dead.
Why are you
Yes,
dead?
you did. All right.
I deaded. What did I
Start
get?
another run, dude, and then when I die, we'll wrap this up.
There you go. Score 307 on the daily. I will do a silence.
Good? I don't know how the scores work.
Neither do I. My roommate does because my roommate is a magic nut, and he has a
Your roommate
computer
has a
for.
magic nut.
No, he is a magic nut. I'm pretty sure he does have a magic nut, but I don't want to see it. He's got a magic he's got a golden horseshoe up his ass. I've never seen anybody as lucky as him.
Can you do a Kermit the Frog impression? Because Jordan Peterson sounds a lot like Kermit. People think you sound like him. I personally don't think you sound like him. But people want to see
I
a Kermit
can do a
impression.
Kermit voice, but it's not very good. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom, and I'm going to clear my throat because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well try and do it right.
Oh, back.
Good luck getting prepared.
Fine, if you want to take over talking to him real quick.
I'm kind of in the middle of a flight quest. Darn. Sorry. Can't exactly leave mid-bubble. Oh, that actually made the second bubble up.
Christ, my back. Oh, I'm gonna watch this fucking
Damn,
impression
quick
so
enough.
badly. Huh?
If you're quick enough,
What's
you
that?
can actually get
Dude,
one
you've
bubble
gotten
next
it.
to
You've
the
gotten it
hole.
pretty high.
Oh.
Alright.
Water.
Let me just
Sure.
get these
Oh,
back.
but actually, dude, that was pretty fast. Did you wash your hands?
I think
Well,
people do drop.
No, because I know where my dick has been. It's been in my pants. I keep myself clean. Dude, I have to bathe twice a day because I need the heat for my fucking fibro. I'm not just clean, I'm incredibly clean. But I'm not one of those germaphobes.
You wouldn't know it.
I don't wash my hands after every single thing I do.
Like I said, you wouldn't
If
know
you
it.
if you do that, you end up you end up screwing up your immune system because it doesn't have any of the little shit to practice on.
Yeah, but the thing is if you don't wash your hands after every single thing you're doing and you work with any kind of thread, you're gonna mess up your colors.
Well, yeah, that means you're the fucking germaphobe here because you're the one who has to wash her hands because she works with thread.
And you also know that I don't use antibacterial soap when I'm doing
Yeah,
it,
that shit
right?
is horrible.
That's what'll kill your immune system.
Yeah.
Too much of that.
I'll take 100 gold. I forgot what we were doing.
You were having fun.
Well, I know we were in.
Kermit impression.
All right. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. I can't do it really well.
If you
back to
don't wash your
Kermit.
hands after you pee, you never like eat a potato chip and then you're like, wait, what's going on? This tastes like my dick.
Okay, well I can't see that,
No. And I have a really good sense of taste too. I just don't exude that much.
so. Hello. I'm Blaintron.
I wish it was more. I wish it was a more entertaining story than that. But if I smell, then I wash. If I don't, which I usually don't, I don't. I mean, if I'm going out, that's
But
different.
I have no smell and I must wash.
Well, my thing is, if I'm going out, like that's different because I'm interacting with people. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I don't want to infect them with anything. I don't want to be gross or perceived as gross. So I'll wash my hands if I go to a public bathroom or something. Also, the fact that it's a public fucking bathroom, those things are disgusting at the best of times. But I mean, in our own home, it is what it is. We're clean folk here.
Yeah, I hate these standards where a man can't even take a piss in his own home without being forced to wash his hands.
Something like that. Oh, these cards suck. Let's see here. Ooh, Golden Idol. I will definitely take that. The funny thing is, I'm not like this because it's you. It's harmful opinions I'm talking to. I was like this yesterday when I talked to my guild for the first time.
Like what? What do you mean? Like what?
Like excitable. I'm like this whenever I'm able to talk to people. I got it from my mom. I'm a very gregarious person. So it's not a form of hero worship or nothing. It's just, this is how I am when I meet people for the first time. I'm usually a lot better after the fact.
Yeah, give it about, 2 or 3.
Yeah, pretty much. I just didn't want you to think I was spurging out and fucking hero worshipping you or nothing.
No. That's what they accused me of with my dad.
Oh, that could be useful.
Okay, I'm gonna clear up something for chat. Chat's saying.
Yeah, your dad was a Marine, blah, blah.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah, all your hero worshipping
Chat's
shit.
saying Chat's saying you said you couldn't reach your penis.
Well, I can now. I've lost weight now.
You cannot yet. I was gonna say, but like, the ultimate, right, would be, what if you get so fat that your dick is always like pointed in the same direction, like there's too much fat around it for it to move, and you can pee without aiming, and then you never ever have to worry about washing your hands after
Yeah.
touching it.
See, yeah, that's the thing. All of my weight is in my front, so I've been able to do that since I was 13.
Do what?
That's pretty cool.
It's
That's
very
really
helpful.
What have you been able to do?
I've been able to pee without having to use my hands
No.
since I was 13 because, the weight.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get the damn skin taken off. I really want to because I'm tired of wearing sweatpants. I want to wear normal people clothes, damn it. And I put so much fucking work in trying to go to the gym and trying to lose weight. I mean, my lungs have never been better, but the rest of me is always hurting.
To be
So-
fair, honey, you have lost enough that you have a pair of shorts for summer.
That's true. I do have. I can wear fucking jean shorts and khaki shorts
For summer.
for summer.
Nice. Okay, dude. I've died in Slay the Spire, so that's my
That's
cheat time. I'm gonna
that's that's my 20 hours of community service, officer. Can I go now?
go- I'm gonna go and just play some other bullshit with my chat. It was nice talking to you, Ryan.
It was nice talking to you too, Tim. And thanks a lot for doing this, man. It really does mean a lot.
No problem. Lots of interesting stories that I'm sure my chat enjoys.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm never gonna hear the end of it from him. Just remember, if you want to bullshit more, I'm always here. And if you're chat fan, or if your chat friend fuck me. Why can't I talk? If your chat fans want to follow me, they can follow me. I need the input. God damn it, I hate when my brain gets a knot like that.
Choice of words, honey. Choice of words.
What? What?
Nothing.
Where are you going with this, hon? I said the word not. What? What?
Never mind.
Now who's the dirty mind?
I live with you and our roommate.
No, that's valid. Everybody thinks this is an act. It's not an act.
It's not. I know you.
Wait, can you hear me?
Oh, shit. I didn't know you were still on. I thought you'd hung up.
No, I was still on. I was just saying I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Right, see you, dude.
See ya.
So much for me missing it, huh?
Ooh, that's a good card.
Okay. Mom is still on to take you on Monday, and Brandon's gonna drive you on Tuesday.
Oh, thank God. God, what must he fucking think of me?
That you're crazy.
Yeah, probably.
You didn't marry me.
Hey,
so-
thanks for the follow, Happily Ever Raptor. I love that fucking name. That is a great name. See, and it's like I told Tim, you know, Harmful Opinions. When I'm talking with people, I'm great. When chat's going, I'm fucking on fire. But when nobody's there, it's so hard to fucking keep talking.
I have 65 pieces of bacon.
Oh, what is that motherfucker's name? Tariq Nasheed? I think that's his name. Aren't you a clever Betty? Oh, it's better. And I do, you fucking weirdo. I'm not some degenerate. I keep very clean. Whoa, that's a big bunch of peoples. Thanks for the follow, SNGB. SNGB? It's a fucking weird name. No, more things are happening and I can't tell what it is! Because this stupid thing isn't working. Hey, thanks for the follow, Solo Fury. What is with these weird fucking names?
Solo Fury?
I guess. Well, hell, you could probably read them. The screen's big enough. Oh no, it's not gonna show up again.
Oh.
Alright, you get a
Well,
week.
don't look at me.
The camera's not pointed at you. Alright. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Derek has a razor in the bathroom that I can get, and I will pull a jackass right on camera.
Okay.
Right up the middle of your beard.
You're the one that doesn't want me to lose my beard. If
I
you
know,
do that,
I know.
I will shave it wholesale.
I know. If I ever did that to you, I would give you permission to shave it wholesale.
There you go.
You know, without fear of losing.
Alright. I'm gonna switch to a different game, which means I'm going to go offline and then come back online really quickly, so please don't leave.